Hey everybody, Jaycie here. Oh my gosh. First of all, welcome to Rebel Soul Fuckery. We are here. I'm with Liza. We have some really cool stuff to share with you today. Oh my God. I really quickly, if you guys don't know me, if you happen to be new to me, I've been an entrepreneur for like 30 some years. Let's not talk about how old I am, but anywho. So I am a Rebel Soul coach, and I'm very focused, obviously, as the founder of Rebel Soul Fuckery, but I am focused on helping ambitious people and high achievers who go, I've checked all the boxes, and then what? Is this all there is? And they really want to reconnect with that inner rebel fire, right? So that they can live a soul driven life and get really excited about getting up every single morning instead of going, ew, it's Monday. Now what? So anyway, so that's me in a nutshell. Um, when I say that, I always think of Austin Powers. I don't know which movie it was, but he was like, I can't see me in a nutshell. Yes, Liza got it.
Exactly.
So let
Yes.
me introduce you to Liza. Liza, tell us exactly who you are and what you do, and then we're going to dive into a really fun conversation today.
Oh my goodness. I'm goodness. So I am Liza with a Z, and it's actually pronounced like Minnelli, Liza Minnelli. There's a fun fact about that. We might talk about that later, but there's a fun fact to that. But I get to work with people who feel like they're juggling a million trillion things, but still not making themselves a priority. I help them go from feeling like a hot mess to really loving their lives and loving themselves completely. So, whether it's ditching emotional eating, setting better boundaries, or just learning to enjoy the person in the mirror, I'm all about the mirror. And I'm here to just really make self love fun and real and raw and doable. And so my tagline is I help high achievers, perfectionists, and people pleasers go from hot mess to self-love success.
Love
So
it.
that's
I
me.
love it.
Yes.
I love it, love it, love it. I don't know if I can ever say that I could truly resonate with the hot mess, but I was just talking to someone a while ago that I said, when my oldest son, he is 28 currently, but when he was in primary school, so second kindergarten through like third grade, something like that, I was PTO president. Oh, I had my dance studio. I had the bowling center and the bar. I was on this board of directors and that board of directors and this board of directors over here on the state level. You name it. Oh my God. But I was freaking tired. Tired. I
Mhm.
didn't have my youngest son yet, but it was like, good grief. So it was just juggling. Now I will say, I guess you could say I was the mom in the hot mess because when I did have my young son, the youngest, when he was born, I remember him spitting up. Sorry guys, it's gross, I know, but he spit up so freaking often. I don't know how many times I had to go to some board meetings with my hair thrown in a ponytail because there was no time for a shower. How gross is that?
Yes, yes,
But I still was at a space of being able to love myself. So, Liza, I'm so glad that you're helping people do that because it
yes,
is a
yeah.
very heavy, stressful,
And,
overwhelming
and
time,
and
right?
and what I mean by like hot mess, it's just that we've got all these other things and we're juggling all these other things, but we're putting so much
Mm-hmm.
focus into and I speak from personal experience. This is why I do the work that I do. I'm a recovering people pleaser and perfectionist and a huge overachiever. It was like I had to do and go. And if I didn't do this or do this that way or that way, I wasn't going to be successful. So
Mm-hmm.
I was constantly trying to achieve and achieve and achieve something else. And so that's what I mean by like all that stuff is just really just a hot mess of like we're trying to we have to say, we have to say a certain way, be a certain way, look a certain way, dress a certain way. We have to do all these certain things to be successful when really success is defined on our own terms.
Yes.
And how do we define our own success? So having all those things and like juggling this and juggling that and trying to run a business and be an entrepreneur because I work mostly with womenpreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs and that have all this stuff but they're not prioritizing themselves first and they're putting all their stuff. So it really is just a hot mess of all these
Yeah.
things and really reining it in so that they can really be successful in all areas of their life, not just in their business, and making themselves their main priority because our businesses would not exist
Mhm.
without us.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be
And
around without us.
if we're not connected to ourselves, if we don't, so what I've said this for years and years, if you don't love yourself, or let me rephrase it, you can only love others as much as you love yourself.
Exactly.
And as a
Yes.
mom, especially as a mom, which both of my sons are grown now, but as a mom, that's a tough pill to swallow, right? Because you go,
Yes.
you can feel really stressed out, or that you just like, I'm not happy with this part of me or that part of me, but I love my kids. The truth is, you have to love yourself first and
Yes.
fully to be able,
Yes.
it's that whole concept of fill your cup before somebody else's, right?
Yes. Yeah. Put your oxygen mask on first
Yes,
before anybody else.
it's
And
true.
we're conditioned at a very young age to be unpaid caregivers for the rest of our lives,
Yeah,
especially if you
true.
identify as a woman. Because
Yeah,
yeah, like we
yeah.
we have to put ourselves on the back burner. We take care of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, self-care is selfish. No, it's self-preservation. And we have to
Mm-hmm.
take care of ourselves and make ourselves a priority first. And that is a hard concept for moms to kind of grasp
Mm-hmm.
because again, conditioned to put everyone else first. When in
Yeah,
actuality, if we take care of ourselves first, make sure we're putting ourselves first and foremost and making ourselves a priority, that is actually in turn taking care of everyone else around us.
absolutely.
Because again, like our businesses, if we what happens if we're sick or we're
Yeah,
not feeling well
sure.
or we're ill
Mm-hmm.
or something really tragic happens, we're not able to fully take care of those people around us
Mm-hmm.
if we're not taking
Yeah,
care of ourselves. So again, it
absolutely.
goes back to us.
Yes,
We are
absolutely,
the
completely.
main person in our lives.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's so freaking true. And so much was rolling around in my head as we were talking, just so much. But we absolutely have to do that. And I know one of the things you guys listening or watching some of this here in a few minutes, but when Liza and I connected, because I did a call for guests, and when she and I connected for the podcast, I sent an audio because a voice note is what I tend to do, and most of the time. And we started realizing all the signs and synchronicities between us, and it's off the freaking chain, you guys.
Yes.
Like, I swear she's going to be my new best friend. I don't know if I've ever had this many signs and synchronicities with someone I've never met in person. It's crazy. It's amazing. And so we even just figured one out a few minutes ago because she was talking about my phoenix, which is my backdrop. And I said, "Oh, I have a phoenix tattoo, or, a very simple, basic one. I got it after my second divorce." Guess what Liza has? A phoenix
Tattoo.
tattoo after her second divorce. And I'm like, no way. So it's that was a moment for me to take care of myself. After this really fugly divorce, I didn't tell a soul, and I just went and found a different tattoo artist because I was in a new city and didn't know anyone. And got a new tat. And of course, I've had quite a bit of ink since then, and I want more. But anyway, it was
Yes.
really the representation, as we all know, Phoenix would be rising from the ashes and coming out of that really difficult relationship, years long, and recovering and healing from that. I knew that that would represent me taking care of me and then being able to be the best mom and go build a new company right away. I took time to do other stuff. Many people know I ran Instacart, still do because I love doing it. It's fun. But go do that for people and I just love it. But it's taking care of me and fulfilling my social butterfly. And so knowing those things about me and learning who I am as a human being, but also as my soul, what my soul wants. So finding that and is huge because it makes us the better mom, parent, partner, friend, whatever, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
I
on a
mean,
soapbox.
Right. Well, I mean, we're spiritual beings having a human experience
Yes.
right now. And the bodies that we're in, the meat suits, I call it a meat suit, we're in it for a limited time.
Yeah.
And we don't know how long we have in this world. And so learning to love and trust and accept. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, you don't even have to love your body right now. You don't even have to love yourself right now. You just have to accept it. Because eventually, once you accept where your body is, how it is, where you are in the world, accept the body that you're in, eventually that turns into love. And that's a big
Yeah.
part of my mission in this world is to really show people how to transform with love and through love for themselves. How can we unconditionally love ourselves? And it starts with appreciation. And you have to appreciate the body that you're in right now because you never know how long you'll have in it.
And so what just came through to me was
Yes.
the analogy of, it's I call it a vehicle most of the time, but when we think of our car, those of us that have our own vehicles, of course in the
Yes.
States most of us do, but may not have the Lamborghini, or it's not exactly the Jeep that I want. I've got a different one on my list. But what if we're driving a Pinto, which is a little old from what, the 70s, maybe the 80s, I don't know.
Mhm,
But it's
mhm,
a
mhm.
vehicle that gets you from here to there. Hopefully it runs
Yeah.
well, but you still have to appreciate it and take care of it,
Yes.
maintenance and so forth, or you won't get from point A to point B. And
Yeah.
so the vehicle, whatever it is, you still have to love it,
Mhm.
appreciate it, and take care of it.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Yes.
Yeah. Because we don't all, it's the journey that we've chosen to be on. We don't necessarily
Yeah.
need the, no offense to Barbie, but the Barbie doll body, which is not even feasible if we all know about that. Come on, no one has an 18-inch waist. But, anyways, unless you're unhealthy. But we don't need that. We need what we are in and experiencing and then taking care of it so that we're physically healthy, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy so that we can do the work we're called to do in this world, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
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 Oh my
Yeah.
God. Liza, let's talk. Let's share some of these synchronicities. We
Yes.
had so freaking
Yes.
many. I don't even know if we're going to remember all of them. There's no way. We had so many. It was crazy, right? Um, I really don't even remember. We had so freaking many. The one that got me, you guys, is I think started the conversation on this, I think, was because Liza, when you oh my dog, she's dreaming and made a weird noise. I was like, what is she doing? Sorry. So your name in wrong and put it as Lixa, which is an X in your last name.
Yeah.
And been asking for a sign from the freaking universe, from my spirit team, to show me there's a name that it keeps coming to me, and I'm sure it starts with an X. And I have the name, but I just wanted confirmation. And so I'm like, show me in some weird way that it's going to stand out to me, that I'm not going to be able to deny. And that was like one of the first ways that it came through because Liza, you had sent me a message, oh, hey, I put my name in wrong. Can you fix that? And I'm like, well, no, but it's not going to matter. But that's not even the point. I'm like, just the fact that this stood out about an X, it went along with a series of other things, but that started this
Mhm.
conversation because I shared with her this weird, to me, sign and synchronicity that popped up.
Yes. And I think that gosh, because I was trying to remember some of our conversation because yes, I mean there were so many things that were just like, oh my God, like what, huh,
Yeah.
what? The numbers, I think sevens.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about something like that. We talked about numerology a little
Yeah.
bit. Talked about a little bit about, like our I think we talked a little bit about our quick upbringings. I don't remember. Maybe we didn't.
There was
I don't know, but
so
like
much.
there were so many things. It was just
Yeah.
like really? Like
Yeah.
how is this possible? And the fact that we've been Facebook friends
Yes.
and we
Yeah.
have a lot of mutual friends,
Mhm.
but yet we hadn't connected
Yeah.
until you had put that, out there that you were looking
Yeah.
for guests for your podcast. And I
Yeah.
was
and
like,
the
well, wait
fact
a
that
minute.
then
So I
it
went
gets
on and I was
fed
like,
into your
I,
feed. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, we're friends on Facebook. Like, when did that happen? Like,
I know. I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say I feel bad. I feel bad saying, well, you didn't even stand out, but neither one of us did originally,
right,
apparently.
right.
But we were talking about,
We weren't
gosh,
meant
was it?
to until now. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, totally. Did we discuss Greece? Didn't we talk about Greece a little bit? Was that you and I?
Yes.
A little
So
bit.
I've been a little backstory for people that are listening. So I've been a bit of a nomad for the last 4.5
Hmm.
years. I've been traveling the world because I can.
Yeah.
I'm actually a dual citizen with Denmark and the US. And so I spend a lot of time in Europe, and I've been going back and forth since I was a baby, back and forth to Europe. And one of the things that I just kind of put out there was that, hey, I right now I'm in the US and kind of doing a reset because I went through another divorce, and which is a whole other story. So
Which was
just needed
synchronistic for us, but anyway.
yep, needed a reset. And I started writing my book, and I was just like, okay, the universe, like prior to this, I was like, because I was in Denmark, and before I came here, and I was like, okay, universe, like give me uh I'm not attaching myself to anything. I'm not going to put any effort or anything into it right now. I said, just like just like you send me signs as to where to go to next, or where am I next, my next adventure is going to be or take place. And I knew that I had to come back to the US. And so I was like, okay, universe, I'm like, I need to come back to the US. So you make that happen. Made it happen. Well, then I was like, okay, well, where am I supposed to end up? Am I supposed to land somewhere different? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Where do I want to go? I've been to so many countries. It's like, do I want to? I just was like, do I travel around the US for a while? I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
And so I've been to Greece a few times and absolutely love it. It's like my Disneyland. It's like I love being there. It's just the culture, the ambiance, the energy is just astrologically, which is a whole other story we can talk about some other time, but astrologically, it's the best for me energetically and astrologically to be in there. And so I had this kind of sent out, and I said, okay, where am I supposed to go to next? And I kept seeing all these signs. I kept seeing all these signs for Greece. And I was like, I
Hmm.
thought maybe I'm just because I love Greece so much that I'm just looking for all the signs.
Hmm.
And then was I was having friends go to Greece and doing all these things. And I'm like, what is the deal with Greece lately? I wasn't like really putting two and two together.
Hmm.
And then I went out for this walk, and I normally didn't go this, I went a different direction than I normally go. And so I'm walking down, and I see this glinter of light kind of coming up, like the sun is kind of shining down on the ground. And I go walking up to it, and I look down, and it's a luggage tag shaped like a fish. And I kid you not, it had the eye on it, the Greek eye, and it said Greece on it. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Seriously? Okay,
that doesn't get
universe, you're
any
telling
clearer.
me
Yeah.
that, okay, yes, this is the, okay, I'm listening, I'm
Yeah.
listening. So of course I picked it up and I put it in
Yeah.
my pocket, and I've been carrying it around ever since. And so it's like, okay, if I'm supposed to go to Greece, then,
Hmm.
I'm going to put it on the back burner. Universe, you make it happen. If that's where I'm supposed to go, that then everything will align into
Yeah.
place. And I mean, there's still some other things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like on my vision board for next year, I have Thailand, Cambodia, and
Oh, cool.
Vietnam. Those are
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
three places I've wanted to go. I wanted to go to Asian countries for so long. And those specifically because I'm a very spiritual person, and I want to
Hmm.
go and just immerse myself in the spiritual cultures of those countries.
Hmm.
But yeah, so Greece has always
Yeah.
been like always on the forefront. So, but
And
right
what
now
stood out to
it's
me
just kind
about
of
it,
hanging out there.
I
Yes.
love the story of it. And somehow we got to some of that because the conversation came up about it between you and I. And I said,
Yeah.
oh, I said, well, technically my youngest is Greek. his great grandfather, so mine's not fully Greek, right? But his great grandfather came from Macedonia. Anyone that doesn't know, that's basically Greece. So, and it was just, so my son has a Greek name. So it's just one of these other little synchronicities that align. And as you talk about hey, am I supposed to go where? And I don't know where I want to go next, right? So as my youngest just moved out, now I'm an empty nester. I was like, do I stay in Arizona? I'm on the border of Mexico. I have gorgeous mountains and I still get nice, beautiful, warm weather as well as some snow. It's very accessible. So I'm like, do I stay here? And my tags on my Jeep, my license plates, were still Texas because I hadn't changed them, even though I knew I should. They're changed now,
Yeah.
y'all. No more rolling dirty. But I mean, they were registered, but just in the wrong state because I'd come from Texas. So when I went to get them, I thought, should I get vanity plates so I can get the 33 on there? Because 33 is one of the numbers that's really big to me, and it does represent Ascended Masters as well as part of my spirit team. And then I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'm not gonna. Why? Why? There's no need. I know I don't need that. It's fine. Maybe it'll just magically show up. My team. And guess what? My license plates start with 33. So when the guy prints it out, I'm looking at that paper going, nah. I'm like, yep, I'm supposed to stay here. But in
There
the
you go.
process, even before I got those tags, I had asked Universe and my team, I'm like, hey, I need to know if I'm supposed to stay here right now. Because I know
Yeah.
this is not my
Yeah.
permanent landing place, but am I supposed to
Right.
stay here right now? And kid you not, over the next couple of weeks, before I got those tags even, um, random person after person after person. Some are friends, some are colleagues, some are just associates or acquaintances, whatever. But the number of people that randomly told me, "Oh my gosh, Jaycie, I just love seeing you. We just love you. I just love you." I just kept hearing it, or people coming to me randomly, like literally people that I know walking through the grocery store, for example, and will come to me for some levels of coaching. And I'm like, I am so needed here, at least for right now. And it was so blatant and different than normal. And then the tags, that got me too. But it's like we just have to pay
Yeah.
attention and trust in that. And when we're that connected to our spirit and our soul and that which is
Mhm.
beyond us, our team, our guides, that helps us love ourselves even more.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at where I'm at right now. It's like, okay, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And a lot of people, I belong to a lot of different networking groups, and a lot of people know that I've been traveling around. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the first question they ask is like, oh, where are you going to next? What's
Yeah.
next? And I said, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't know. I said, right now, this whole year, I've just really been focusing on being present in the moment
Mm-hmm.
and just being just today. Like, what do I need
Yeah.
to focus on just today? Because we focus on so many other things, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
everything that we did yesterday just comes into today's, and we think about all the things, and it's like that's the past. You can't change the past. You can change the energetics behind it and how you
Mm-hmm.
see it and
Yeah.
how you feel and how you experience it.
Right.
So, but there's no reason to go backwards. It's also with the
Yeah.
future. It's like we don't know what the future holds. The future changes every second of every day based on our own choices and decisions we make
Exactly.
in the
Yes.
present moment.
Yes.
So the best
Yes.
thing for us to do is be present. And so I've been explaining this to people about how important being just present in the moment
Right.
is, and everything else will fall into place, but you have to
Right.
be present. And so I'm like, okay, and this is a big lesson for me because my whole life I'm like, I've just thought about the
Mm-hmm.
future, the present and the
Yep.
past and the future. And it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's like I'm worrying about everything that's happened in the past. I'm
Mm-hmm.
worrying about everything that's going to happen in the future. And I'm like, I drove myself nuts.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't do that anymore. And so,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm really being very mindful and setting that intention like every day. What can I focus on just today? And so I don't know where I'm going to go,
Yeah.
and I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. I'm waiting for the universe to kind of
Yeah.
just say, "Hey, this is the
Yeah.
plan now. Let's
Mm-hmm.
do this." Or this is the plan here. Let's do
Yeah.
this. So right now I'm just being like, "Okay, I'm here. and I have a ton of family, not family, friends are my family. So when I say
Family,
family,
right?
it's my friends.
Family we choose.
And
Yeah.
yes, the family we choose.
Yeah.
And my chosen family is here. And I have a huge support system
Hmm.
here. And
Yeah.
here meaning I'm currently in Minnesota. And so I know a lot of people here. But things I
Yeah.
keep meeting people and I like you, it's
Yeah.
like people keep coming into my life that are
Yeah.
here that are like, "Oh my gosh," essentially basically saying, "I've been waiting for you."
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
that's the energetics behind it is like
Yeah.
they've been saying,
Hmm.
I've been waiting for you. And it's like, oh,
Hmm.
wow. Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, I'm needed here right now.
Yeah.
And I know that there's people in my life
Hmm.
and people that have been in my past life that
Oh, yeah.
need me
And
and need that support.
when we encounter those people, because I have some people right now, well, and I have had for these last few years in particular, but I have some people right now that are here where I live that are definitely people from past lives. I've had a partner that, and we're not meant to be in this lifetime, but we know each other, and we recognize that, and we both acknowledge that we were together for a whole lifetime. It's not one of those sad stories where something tragic happens and you're trying to re-find each other. But so then it's the, hey, we've gotten to see each other and visit and go hi, and just like it's so amazing to see you here, and can I support you in any way here, kind of thing, as friends, because that's all it should be in this lifetime. And it's so interesting. Or honestly, Liza, I'm like, girl, we are soul sisters. There's no doubt in my mind that on our soul level we know each other. We are too
Yes. Yeah.
aligned, and our my audience today is only getting like a teeny tiny little snippet of the synchronicities and the things that we came up with that we were both speaking, were we not? We both said that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
Yeah,
y'all,
it
it's hard to
was,
make me
yeah.
speechless.
Me too. It's like,
Yeah, like if you can make Jaycie or apparently Liza speechless, well, holy hell,
right,
Um,
exactly,
so it's
exactly.
really, really cool. And so when we accept those, they are real. It's not craziness. Sometimes it's difficult to share that with some of those people, even the people that we have a good support system here in the spaces that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Um, but we trust in it. And as I sat here listening to you today as well, because I'm a huge advocate of any time that we are a coach or a trainer, or in this case, a podcast host, we should also be gaining something from our clients as well, or from our
Yes,
guests,
yes,
right? And so
yes.
I'm getting this message today. It was so blatantly obvious. So, and I'm sure anyone listening, you may be getting this message too. But my 33 on my plate was the same similar message, that you're like, just be here right now. You're working towards these things and going forward. You're taking the actions to move forward,
Yes.
but also be here right now. Because when we create who we are, who we want to be, but as who we are now, that's what happens. We do create it. Hopefully that made sense. It comes to
Mhm.
fruition because we're in that energy. We
Yes.
may have a waking reality and grounded reality that we live every day, but we also have this energetic reality that this is who I am. This is where I'm going to be traveling to, or the company you're going to
Yeah.
have, or the money you're going to make, or the relationship, or the physical health, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So it's just a good reminder too. Oh my gosh, I know. Liza, we could sit
Yes.
here all day and
We
just chat.
could. I know. Well, because we went back and forth on Messenger like for so long. We did not want to stop talking to each
I
other.
know,
Like it was
I
like, oh
know,
my gosh, like I just want to keep talking to this person. That's what I was
I
thinking in my
know.
head. I'm like, oh my God, like there's so many,
Yeah.
like we have to just go back and like really like write down like all the synchronicities that we
Oh,
had
we
because there
do.
were
We should
so many
totally.
things. Like we just not even a tip of the iceberg. It was just a little nugget of like
Yeah.
the things that we have in common. And
Yeah. I
yeah,
think,
I
yeah,
was
I
just
can't even
blown
remember.
away.
There's just so many. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. There's things popping in my head, but I'm just like, and then, like I said, we did it again today before we technically started recording. And we were like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, seriously? We have this tattoo right up. I'm like, holy shit. So it's really, really awesome, you guys. And so when you come into our worlds, when you start to open up to those signs of synchronicities, they will become exponential. To trust in them, it grows. And when all of that starts to happen, I'm telling you, you also will find it easier to love who you are in the body that you're in right now.
Exactly. Yes.
But if you
Yes.
need help with one side or the other of that, Liza is here for half of that, obviously, and I'm here for the other half of that. So Liza, with that being said, will you please share with everyone how they can find you and how they can work with you?
Oh my goodness. So I love social media. I am addicted to social media. It's just I enjoy it. And I know a lot of people don't enjoy it. And I do a lot of my own stuff. I do a lot of my own content and all that stuff. But you can pretty much find me anywhere. I mean, you can Google my name and you can find me. My website is lizalomex.com. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Pinterest. I'm everywhere. So you can just type in my name and I will come up. So, yes.
Well, and here's the thing, you guys. Clearly, she and Liza and I believe that strongly that when you're supposed to connect with one or both of us or whoever it is you're meant to connect with, you're going to find them. They're
Yep.
going to show up in your space because it's a
Yep.
bigger thing than us that puts us together. It just does.
Divine intervention. Yes.
Totally, totally. So, um, wrap up today. If you are not yet in the Rebel Soul Fuckery community, there is a free level as well as the VIP level. It's one of the easiest ways to get access to me, or the one of the lowest ticket ways or free to get access to me. So what waiting on? This is a cool group of people. I just freaking opened the doors to this December 1st. Right. So it's a brand new community. It's super, super amazing. It's a bunch of rebels and it's men and women because obviously it's a bunch of women, but there are guys coming in and I'm super excited about that too. So make sure you check that out. In the show notes, you're going to have links of Liza's as well as mine. So check it out. Let us know about your synchronicities. I want to hear about those too. Oh my God. What signs and synchronicities have you encountered or serendipitous events that you have had happen? So with that, Liza, let's go out, everybody else as well, and stir up a little fuckery.
Yeah.